Hello everyone, this is Dave, this is A Few Good Men. Say what's up, A Few Good Men.
What's up?
If you're watching this video, it is because you are either in A Few Good Men, you're a parent of a good man, and so we needed to have a conversation about what is going to be required if we were going to put on an amazing concert on April 21st. So, I ask you, people in the room right now, by the way, it's okay if you missed the day. I know I got notifications from many of you, but people in the room right now, what do you think needs to happen for us to put on an outstanding show on April 26th? Noting that we missed a rehearsal for Easter, we missed a rehearsal for March break, and one of the rehearsals during March break, we will have, I know for sure, fewer people in the room that particular day because families go away. So think about where we're at. There's Seafood Cherboos, Seal Lullaby, Jersey Boys, Don's Gebed, as well as 3 Peter Katz tunes, and I Love You, What a Wonderful World. What needs to happen? Ideas.
People who miss rehearsals need to be at rehearsal and practice at home.
Yes. So, as a starting point, yeah, even if you're at rehearsals, ideally, everyone is going into the playground, you included, Mom. And Mom's on the email list.
And Dad.
And my, well, I was just talking to my mom.
Oh.
But anyway, they need to go into the playground and watch these videos. How often? You decide. I'm not going to tell you. How often, Ethan? How often?
That's exactly. All the time.
All the time. Well, not all the time.
Daily.
You think daily is reasonable? Okay. When you go in to watch a video, do you approach this the same way that you watch YouTube in general? Or is it going to be different, Robert?
No, you gotta have your music out and follow along.
Okay. So you sit with your music and you follow along with the music. What are some other methods that you can apply to that when the music is out and music's on? Do you just listen? Do you sing? What do you do? Tell me your strategies.
Sing with it.
Do you do that every time or just some of the time?
Every time?
This isn't a trick question. I'm genuinely asking what you do.
Every time.
You do that. You personally sing every time. Okay?
Sometimes you just listen to it to hear the
Yep.
parts and get used to it.
Cool. I like to put one earbud in and have one ear open so that I can hear myself singing and that I can also hear the music. Does anyone else do that? Okay, cool. Question. Is the playground, like these videos, are they a substitute for rehearsal? What's different about a rehearsal than, because think about it, we've got the playground, why wouldn't we save ourselves a lot of time and effort and just be like, all right, for the next 10 weeks, let's say we did this January 1st. For the next 10 weeks, here are the songs, here's the music, we send out PDFs, print it out, go on the playground every day, practice, because you can practice, and we'll see you on April 21st, we'll put on a show. Tell me why that would not work. Well, first of all, I don't want to assume anything. Would that work?
No.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, why? Why would that not work, Brenda?
Well, you're just singing by yourself. You're not even singing with the choir. And
Well, but there's a choir in the video. You're singing with the choir in the video. That means you should be able to sing with AGM. I'm just playing devil's advocate. So tell me why I'm wrong still. Oliver.
I think you're wrong because we can't get any feedback on how we're doing, and what if we're doing the wrong accent? And what if we just cheat the system and just fake and not practice at all?
What if we cheat the system? Exactly. You could cheat the system. Sam.
also because some of us will sing at different speeds, and some people can't read the music, so they'll assume, and we want to, it'll be based on guesses.
Got it. Absolutely, 100%. Robert.
And you can't assign parts like Kenny sing this, Casey sing this, Trevor sing
Change
this.
the arrangement.
It's hard to divide it up, make alterations to the arrangement, right? What else, Batan?
Well, you see, at home practice, that's an individual exercise. But here, a choir is a team effort. And that's why we need each other. We need everyone's presence here. So that's why it wouldn't work if we just practice alone and just show up.
Absolutely. Any other ideas? So, yeah.
I'm sorry. But we miss the aspect of like someone like a real person like conducting us and giving us again like feedback on what we're doing and like your artistic vision of the piece and how like you were gonna make us fit into
Awesome.
this vision.
So, is the playground, even though it's great, it's a great resource, is it in any way, shape, or form a substitute for coming to rehearsal? No. Now, I realize, this is where I speak to you, listening, and you. I realize that you don't actually think that. I realize that your parents don't actually think that. Oftentimes when I get messages or emails, or text messages, saying that you're not going to be at rehearsal, and this is from many, many people, so I'm not calling anyone out at all. I get a message of, it's 2 parts. Part 1, Dave, I'm going to miss rehearsal Saturday. Part 2, I promise to go on the playground. I would invite everyone, parents included, that's why I addressed parents at the beginning, to anytime you let me know you're going to miss rehearsal, never include that you're going to go into the playground. Why do I suggest that? Why do you think, I try to stay very calm all the time. I know I'm a very intense person in general, that's just my personality type, but why do you think it irritates me a bit when people are like, oh, I'm going to miss rehearsal Saturday, but don't worry, I'm going to go to the playground this week? Why? There's like so many reasons, and you know the answers. Ethan.
Because it implies that you only go into the playground when you miss rehearsal.
Say that again twice as loud.
Because it implies that you only go into the playground when you miss rehearsal.
Say that twice as loud again.
Because it implies that you only go into the playground when you miss rehearsal.
Now, question for you, follow-up question. When someone, parents, one of you guys, when someone says that to me in a message, do you think that they're intending to say that to me?
No.
No, and I don't think so either. I don't actually believe that. But that's like the undertone of the message. Like, don't worry, I'm going to go on the playground because I'm missing rehearsal. Who should go on the playground?
Everyone.
Wait, so even if you come to rehearsal, you should go on the playground?
Yes.
And if you don't come to rehearsal, you should go on the playground?
Yeah.
Right, so, going into the playground and coming to rehearsal, are those independent events or are they connected? Independent is the answer. They are, this is big, this is big, this is big. Are you getting this? Coming to rehearsal, and I want to make sure there's humor in this, because it is meant to be a bit playful, but it's serious. Coming to rehearsal, going in the playground, and have no relation to one another. Completely separate things altogether. So, it's okay for you to message me and say, I'm going to miss rehearsal. Especially if you give me a great reason. I get it, we all have things that go on. We have life and families go away. A lot of the time when you miss rehearsal, I understand full well that you have no control over that. It's a family decision, there's an event, you're going away. It's not even your decision, so I don't fault you ever. But for you to tell me that, or someone to tell me that I'll go into the playground, it's kind of like, you should be going to the playground every day or every other day anyway, even if you come to rehearsal.
It's a separate expectation.
Separate thing. So, we have comments from the back row. Quincy, quickly.
What if you say, I'm gonna go in the playground extra?
Thoughts? I'm not going to give an answer. What do you think? What should you say about the playground when you're telling me you're going to miss rehearsal? My advice would be not to mention the playground. Leave it out. Just tell me that you're going to miss rehearsal. And better, fill out the Google form that says you're going to miss rehearsal, because then it's all documented and we see that. Right? Don't include the playground. Just leave that word out. Yes?
When you say I'm going to practice extra, that's kind of a relative term. To Dave, that might mean an extra hour. To another person, that might mean an extra 5 minutes. So
right. And if you usually practice 0, well, I mean, practicing extra means that you could practice for 5 minutes all week, and that would be extra versus last week. So yes, it's highly relative and unspecific. I don't know what extra means, and ultimately it means nothing to me. I don't know how much you're practicing in a day anyway. Oliver has another comment. Let's hear it.
Also, I can find that if you say that you're gonna go to the playground, it's also kind of making an excuse to make it okay to miss rehearsal. When even though you might have stuff going on, it's still bad to miss rehearsal.
He's very wise beyond his years. So what needs to happen then moving forward for the April 21st to be amazing? And when I say amazing, I don't just mean like so that we impress the audience. I mean an amazing experience for us to be on stage and performing music that we're confident about, that we enjoy singing, that we're not stressed about. What needs to happen?
we need to make sure that just because we miss rehearsal doesn't mean we go onto the playground once. We go on it daily or twice or like twice
Yep.
every two, like once every 2 days, just enough to make sure that we know the piece, and then when you come to rehearsal, you can perform the piece, so you can conduct us and give us like actual feedback to do the next piece.
Awesome. You had something else, Cruz?
Yeah, I was just gonna say like the playground is more of like an addition off of rehearsal. I know you don't upload.
It's a supplement.
You don't upload every week, so you don't really get everything that we've learned in rehearsal. Like last week, we did the whole like counting in 4, and that's not on the playground, so you kind of have to be
Right,
there, so, like, be
that
active.
perfect example, by the way.
Yeah.
And now, moving forward, hey, we could film parts of rehearsal, upload it. I don't know that I want to start getting into that. It's a whole lot of follow-up work that needs to happen from someone. But that is, as an experience, that whole counting the 4 thing, the rhythm activity, Thomas, that we did last week, you needed to be in the room to experience that. Raise your hand if you were not in the room 2 weeks ago. Raise your hand if you were not here. Stand up if you were not here 2 weeks ago. Look at this, guys. Look at this. By the way, if you're standing up right now, this is not a call out. This is just, it's the nature of me asking the question right now. But it's to point out visually that this is a challenge that we face. And I know, Hayden, that one of the reasons we face this challenge is because we are a weekend rehearsing group. I understand that. Likely, if we rehearsed on Monday nights, as an example, we'd miss fewer people less often. But it is challenging when we did this super long and involved rhythmic thing to get that counting 2 weeks ago, and this many people who were at rehearsal today were not there for that, right? They missed it. So now we go back to that part today, and all these people weren't here for it. And there are people who are still not in the room now, who also weren't here 2 weeks ago, and are still not here, even though we did it again. Sit down. Awesome. But there's nothing against that group standing up at all. That's just a visual example. So, for the rest of the rehearsals, you are going to have things that conflict with a few good men. I would invite, as much as possible, for you to, if you can, prioritize a few good men. Is that a phone call? No, we're good. Prioritize a few good men until April 21st. Whenever possible. And that's for you. And you. Because that's what's going to allow us to perform at our highest potential on April 21st. And that's going to be, that can be an outstanding show. Sopranos. This is what prompted the whole thing. But I wanted to do this and put it on video so that I could email it out. Sopranos. I know I made the Dawn's Bed optional. I would encourage more of you to come out for Dawn's Bed next week and give it a shot. Because right now, one of the reasons that it's going to be challenging to keep Dawn's Bed in our program instead of cutting it is because we don't have enough soprano voices at all.
It's not my fault.
Is that my fault? We don't have enough sopranos right now. Boys, you listening? I'm speaking to you. We do not have enough sopranos. We do not have enough sopranos. So, I invite you to come out. I'm not saying you have to, but we need more voices in the soprano section. Let's do this. Secret Sharers. That's a wrap.